Good morning and welcome to part 6 of our Geometric Abstraction Student Learning Guide. Now we have done steps 1 through 13 so far, so today we're going to talk about steps 14 and 14, 15, and a little bit of 16. Actually, we might just cover the whole thing, make life easier on everybody, because that is the Step 17 is the end of the project. So, here we have Step 14. Again, if you remember all the way up top, it tells you teacher check-in is this box. Yes, you have to check in with the teacher. Final drawing is your task. And what this states is, zoom in, once you have chosen your final composition from your 2 thumbnail sketches, you're going to redraw that sketch on a piece of 12 by 18 white paper. This is the final piece. This is the part where this has to be perfect. So use a ruler for straight lines. Use a compass for circles. Make your shapes look as perfect as you can get them. Draw lightly till you get it right. Draw lightly till you get it right. That is my big saying when it comes to final drawings, because if you draw it too dark, if you press too heavy and you go back to erase it because you made a mistake, you'll still see that line, and that line will cause you to lose points on your on the craftsmanship part of your rubric, which I will go over in the next video. Your learning objective. Students will demonstrate the use of a variety of geometric and freeform shapes to convey an idea. It's supposed to be N, not and to convey an idea and to represent natural objects and artificial objects. All right. We are going to try to focus more on the geometric shapes rather than the freeform, but I will allow a couple of freeform organic shapes in your composition because that might actually help it look a little bit more interesting. So here we have, that was step 14. When you are done, you show your drawing to the teacher, and then I will let you know whether or not you are ready to progress on to step 15. Step 15 is a skill drill. This is where you are going to learn a art skill or technique. Specifically, as you can see, dealing with colored pencils. Now, everybody thinks they know how to use a colored pencil, but there are several different techniques that you may not be aware of that you can use colored pencils in order to create different blending techniques, different ways to hold the pencil, different ways to use the pencil. And I'm going to go over all of that in the video that will be placed on Google Classroom. So what you're going to do is you're going to watch the video, and I'm going to demonstrate to you different techniques that you can use. And you're going to follow along and complete these techniques in your sketchbook, because I want to know that you can complete the technique and the skill. So you need to physically do the skill. Once you are done, you will check in with the teacher, and I will grade it based on a 10-point scale. Again, if you times any of these numbers by 10, that will be your overall score. So if you got an 8, 8 times 10 is an 80. A 9 times 10 is a 90. That would be your score in School Max. Your learning objective is, actually, no, we'll go over that in a minute. Once you have completed the skill drill and you've shown it to me and I have approved for you to go on to the next step, step 16 is when you add colored pencil to the project. So you're going to use the techniques that you learned in the skill drill to add color to your piece of art. So you're going to go back to your final drawing, and you're going to add the colored pencil, okay? Using techniques that you learned in the skill drill that you did above. Your learning objective for both the skill drill and addition of color to your project is that students will understand and be able to demonstrate the different types of colored pencil techniques. In the video, I will explain how many techniques you need to actually show in your project. I am thinking, and don't quote me on this, it probably will change, anywhere from 3 to 4 different techniques will need to be shown in your final piece of art. So you will need to demonstrate 3 to 4 different techniques that you're going to use. Then, once you have sufficiently added color to the entire piece and you feel it is done and the teacher feels it is done, because you will have to show it to the teacher here in order to get my signature before I say you are finished. Once you are finished, there will be a reflective writing assignment. Your final writing assignment, it's called an artist statement, will be on Google Classroom, and you will have to use the iPad. You will have to type into the Google Doc that will be provided for you in order to reflect on the piece of art. So you're going to talk about everything you learned from the art history to the art skills to what you did. You're going to talk about what you learned in this artist statement. There will be specific questions that you will need to answer, and all of it will be on Google Classroom. All you need to do is type it into the Google Doc. And your learning objective is to communicate what you have learned and what you have thought of this learning progression, of this project, of everything we did. Once you have completed your reflective writing, you are done. This project is complete, and you get to move on to the next one.